This is the Detox bundle of products. It starts out with iodine. Most people are not aware of the power of pure iodine. Now, there's all kinds of different iodines in the market. This is a very specific, individual, unique type of iodine, and it comes in a box like this. You get pipette, you get the main bottle, a little spray bottle that's empty, and a little funnel. Now, the reason we have all this together is so that you can use it for different purposes at different strengths. Now, the simplicity of this one is you just simply take a capful of this exactly the way it is in the bottle, and that capful is approximately 1 tablespoon, which is 15 milliliters, and you pour that into 4 ounces of clean water and drink it once a day on an empty stomach. That gets iodine to every single cell in your body. A lot of people think that iodine goes to the thyroid. Well, it does not. Iodine goes to every single cell in your body through your bloodstream, and it takes a matter of minutes because you pump all the blood in your body every 60 seconds. This goes into your stomach when it's empty and immediately goes into your bloodstream. You literally will feel a little buzz from this because your body is so deficient from iodine, it raises your energy levels up. Now, it goes into the cells to give communication energy and elemental energy. Alongside with that, it's reacting with any fungal infections that are in your body, yeast overgrowth, which is known as candida, heavy metals that might be resident in your body, any kind of pathogens, microbes, things that people call viruses or parasites. Call it whatever you want. Iodine's going to react with it very quickly and extract it as well as neutralize it. Now, when it does that, it converts immediately to I-, because this is I2 molecular iodine in its pure form. It's low dose and very high volume. And when it does that, each Dalton molecule, which is like a gas molecule, that's what's literally in this bottle, is iodine gas infused at 300 parts per million. It converts to I-2, which is iodide. Then your body picks that up in your bloodstream and delivers that to your thyroid. And that's what your thyroid uses for fuel. The iodine, in cleaning out all the cells of your body, gets rid of the halogens that are plugging up the receptor sites in your thyroid, things like fluoride, bromide, chlorine, to name a few. It gets them out of the receptor sites so now you can receive the iodide properly. And the iodide fuels the thyroid to produce T3, T4 iodine hormones, which then supplies huge energy to your immune system, to your endocrine system, to your gut health, to your brain function, and to your reproductive organs. Many times people have iodine deficiencies and all kinds of health issues show up simply because of the iodine deficiency and the iodide deficiency. If you want to have a very high functioning, very high communication body, which of course you do, you simply add this in. Now on the box, it gives you different instructions based upon the governments of the different countries for different dosages, and it's a very, very tiny amount. If you look at North America, the dosage recommended is 150 micrograms. So that's what we put on the box, that's where we are. If you go to Japan, it's anywhere from 5,000 to 10,000 micrograms per day, and there's a big discrepancy between government regulations in different places of the world. You decide what you want to do. I take a capful a day, and anyone who takes a capful a day allows their body to function at a much higher level properly. That's the maintenance dose. Now you could do 2 or 3 a day. If you have some serious health issues that you're dealing with, you could do 2 or 3 of those a day very safely. Using it for detox, that's what the whole premise is. You can also put it externally. You can dilute it down. Skin health, it's a wonderful thing to keep your skin youthful and vibrant. It also works to cleanse. If you have any kind of rash or a burn, you would take the straight iodine and put it onto a burn immediately. I have seen it over and over again where the burn literally does not blister if you put it on right away. And you just keep spraying it on until that burn goes away. It allows the body to rapidly heal skin problems because it's simply the raw material. This doesn't heal anything. Your body heals, but it's lacking the elements it needs to heal fast. So this is a major first step. So it's doing multiple things in the body, and then it allows the body to detoxify itself from things that are very harmful to your health. Now, the next product is Solaris. Solaris comes in this little 10 ml bottle, which is a special kind of plastic that does not leach. And it also comes in a 15 ml bottle in glass. Now, this is the ones that most people purchase. This one is good for carrying, through an airport or in your satchel or in your pocket, and you can have it with you at any time. Now, what you do with this is you take it and you wait about 20 minutes or so after you take the iodine, and you put this into water, as many drops as you like, anywhere from 10 drops to 30 drops, depending on how much your body is compromised. And when you drink that, it goes in and it completely converts all the released pathogenic and toxic stuff into inert material, which will not harm you, and it will leave your body very, very safely. Now, that also allows the body to have much higher cellular function, because all these different pathogens and toxins are causing the cellular function to be compromised, and the cell doesn't live as long. And if the cell is not living as long, that shortens telomeres. So you want to have a much longer living cell, and you want to support the cellular function while it's alive. Because if a cell is compromised, it doesn't function well, it dies too often, has to be replaced too often, which then rapidly ages your body. So this supports your body to stay youthful. If you've aged really quickly, more than you should have, you can literally reverse age in the sense of health. You're not going to get younger, you're going to get more youthful. And that's the whole thing. You want to have a youthful body, and this is one of the major supports for that. Now, using it externally, you can dilute it down, you can spray it on your skin, you can wash with it. It's amazing for putting on different skin lesions. It supports the body's ability to get rid of them, because it's supporting your immune system from the outside in. And we've seen remarkable things happen. I can't even say the name of the things because it would be a medical claim. You don't need to make medical claims because these are natural products. This is rosemary, clove, and thyme, but it's not essential oil. It is the complete medicinal extract from clove, rosemary, and thyme, the entire plant, and it's put into an emulsion. So when you put this in water, it disappears immediately. It's extremely concentrated. You could literally put a couple of 2 or 3 drops under your tongue. It's just fine. It will numb your mouth a little bit. You can also use this to keep all the toxins and all the pathogens and all the bacteria, all the unfriendly bacteria out of your mouth. So you have much better dental. You can put it in water and swish it. You can literally put 2 drops in your toothbrush, and it's amazing for keeping your dental health very high level. Multiple use, that's just touching the surface of these 2 products, but you will find out yourself once you put these into your protocol, into your regimen, and you'll see how effective they are. That's the only way you're going to really know. Now, the third one is Restore. Restore, we used to call it Trace, but now it's called Restore because that's really what it's doing. It's going to go in your water. This stuff tastes really good. You just put some in your water, as much as you like, and depending on how quickly you want to renovate your body, you can use more and more. You just don't want to take too much, or it might give you some loose bowels. But what this is a purified extract of seawater. And that seawater extract has been ultra purified. I looked all over the place at different sea salts that were in the market, found out there were microplastics and heavy metals and other different contaminants in there, because it's very difficult to clean sea salt. And so people just sell it, and there's all kinds of videos online showing how contaminated they are. This is ultra pure. It took us several years to find the company that had the purification process without damaging the efficacy of these elements. So this is the super electrolyte that is compatible with your body. You're literally a walking ocean. Everyone says that we're 80 to 90% water. That is not true. We're 80 to 90% electrolytic fluid, whether it's blood or lymph or saliva or sweat or urine or whatever it is, it's not water. And the electrolytes are essential for body communication, for intelligence, for having your body's electrical system completely dialed in. But the most important part of Restore is that when you put that in water and drink it, that is the raw material that is completely missing from all the food we consume, that the body needs to produce plasma. So your bone marrow produces blood 24 hours a day. The older you get, the less blood you produce, because no one told you that you need to have this in the water you're drinking. If you don't put that in the water, you literally are dehydrating your body, because your body is not based for hydration on how much water or how much fluid is in your system. It's based upon the quality of the electrolytic fluid. When you have the right electrolytes, you're hydrating your body. That means you're getting all of the nutrients from the elemental side of this to produce more blood. And when you produce more blood, that's clean, fresh blood. The dirty blood that is contaminated from the air you're breathing, from the food you're eating, from the fluids you drink, has to leave, but you're counting on your liver and your kidneys to filter that stuff out. And they get tired after you get older because you're producing less blood as you get older. You breathe 4 million liters of air a year. You breathe 11,000 liters of air a day. And that air has all kinds of contaminants that you can't see, taste, or smell, from tire dust, brake dust, to name 2 of the thousands of different contaminants in the air. This allows your body to produce clean blood on a higher volume. Then your body can eliminate the dirty blood in the bowels, goes out in your fecal material. So your bowel movements remove all the dirty blood that your body can finally get rid of, because your body only has 5 liters of blood from the top of your head to the bottom of your feet, and that blood pumps every minute. Your body pumps 7,200 liters of blood a day. So you want to produce more blood so that that new, fresh, clean blood can allow the body to purge the dirty blood. When you have a clean bloodstream, then your lymph system, which has the same amount of blood, 5 liters of lymph in your body, can now dump all the filth from the lymph system into the clean blood, and then the clean blood keeps, you just keep making more clean blood, and then the dirty blood goes, and then all the cells can dump into the clean bloodstream, and the blood just keeps renewing itself over and over and over again. Depending on how old you are, like for example, I was 64 years old when I found out about this. That's only 3 years ago, and I had to drink the water with a large amount of this in there for a whole year before I noticed that I wasn't getting any more garbage out of my system. It took me a year of pumping 7,200 liters of blood with a whole bunch of fresh blood being produced every day to get all that contamination out of my system. And I went through a very interesting journey doing this. And I had all kinds of stuff coming out of my bowels that was never coming out before. And month number 7 and month number 9, with a month break in between for whatever reason, it got me to cough up all the stuff out of my lungs. It was like white glue with no flavor. I didn't have a fever. I didn't have an infection. It was just pushing all the stuff out of my system. Now it feels like I've got double the capacity of my lungs ever since then. And that was like 3 years ago, a whole year from 64 to 65 years old. And that was a major upgrade for my body. That detoxed my entire system 24 hours a day by producing good, clean blood. So you want to get into this protocol. So if you're 30 years old, it's going to only take you 6 months because you breathe that much less air. But whatever age you are, don't worry about it. And you can ramp it up. You don't have to go like I did, full tilt. I just went to the full maximum thing every day. And I did go through a little bit of a roller coaster ride. You may want to ramp it up, but that's up to you. It's just a matter of getting these things into your system. Then once you've got through that period of time where you know you've cleaned yourself out, then you just go back to a regular maintenance amount, which is 1 teaspoon a day in a liter of water that you're going to drink. But it's always good to divide that up throughout the water of the day that you're drinking. You create your own electrolytic fluid with Restore, so that when you're drinking that, you're adding to your electrolytes. If you drink pure water or water without the right electrolytes in it, you're going to be washing those precious electrolytes out of your system through your urinary system. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to lose that. So you want to maintain a good flow of electrolytic fluid, always maintaining those levels throughout your life. And it also allows your brain to work way better, because your brain relies upon good communication, good electrical communication. So you've got quick reflexes, your thought patterns are much better. You can retain your memory better. You can recall your memory better. It just all the way across the board gets your body functioning at a super high level. So that is the detox package. There's a lot more to this than what I've just given you today. But the way you're going to find out is by putting these into your protocol and then experiencing it for yourself. And that's where you're really going to learn. Thank you so much for being a health enthusiast and wanting to have high levels of health and ultimately perfect health, which is yours to claim.